Greetings, what is up, and a very warm welcome to the channel. The sun is hiding and the magpie is casting. Coming to you guys right now with a live 1 vs 1 battle, fresh from the ladder, featuring spawning in the west. It is going to be the Overcommand West forces of DownPT. And spawning in the east, it is going to be the United Kingdom forces of the Fuhrer. That is an unusual screen name, let's be real here. That is not one I've seen before. Both of these two players are going to be fresh to me, so looking forward to seeing what they're going to bring to the table here. I've got no idea what kind of styles they're going to prefer. OKW versus UKF, likely to be quite the slugfest. And again, we'll see what these guys are going to go for here. I think I'm just going to, so we've got Down, I'm just going to call them Down and Fuhrer. I think that seems to be like the safe way of doing this. As I just mute my phone to prevent further interruptions. So let's take a look here. Looks like both players moving out onto the map. Double Volk opening here from DownPT. Nothing to write home about there. Looks like we've got infantry section into the Bren carrier here for the Fuhrer. And we may have some shots fired in anger soon here as a unit of, as an infantry section here. Going to make its way forwards.
Universal carrier built and ready.
Might catch these Volks as they build some sandbags. Yeah, looks like they will. So yeah, I still... I'm such a professional, high-level, awesome, active caster these days. I still haven't, fixed sarcasm, hashtag. I still haven't even read the patch notes, so I'm still not, like, super sure what's been changed. I remember a few things, but I haven't really looked at UKF or OKW, like, at all, so this is going to be interesting. It's going to be super interesting. I'm looking forward to sort of trying to detect changes as we move forward here. Anyway, Bren carrier is going to join this fray, and that should tilt the battle in favor of the infantry section. Looks like he's actually going to use that to just nudge these Volks Grenadiers out of cover and disrupt them and stop them shooting things. This is all very annoying if you're the OKW player. Let's see, where's his... he doesn't have a Schwervermacht Schlepper yet, so no chance of Panzerfaust being available anytime soon. So this Bren carrier looks like it's going to settle on down here, maybe do a little bit of shooting. Have we got an upgrade coming up? No upgrade chosen yet. Looks like a Vickers MG going to be hauling its way up to the front here for the UKF player. 4th squad of Volks Grenadiers, so going pretty Volks heavy here is DownPT, and that's a fine strat. I'm a fan of Volks at the best of times. Looks like some Storm Pioneers here. Actually could have pushed in for a little more damage perhaps on the Bren carrier there. Looks like for now they're going to be happy to occupy the church. In terms of map control, well, let's crack the tack and have a look here. Seems like the OKW player in command of Northern Munitions and Fuel, Southern Munitions and Fuel, in the hands of the UKW? That's a new faction. In the hands of the UK player, so resource differential kind of going to be minimal here. OKW player trailing by about 22 VPs, but that's nothing to write home about. And looks like we're going to settle down into a pretty normal game here. Let's just quickly check the tech here for our British player. Which one's this one? Platoon command post. Yeah, there we go. So he's got the platoon command post. Looks like a unit of Royal Engineers going to be coming up shortly. So maybe looking to establish some fortifications out on the map. Let's take a look at his commanders here. We've got Advanced Emplacement Regiment, Mobile Assault Regiment, and Vanguard Ops. So a nice spread of commanders here, actually, from the Fuhrer Joe. It's going to enable him to... did I just call him the Fuhrer Joe? That sounds like the most casual Fuhrer ever. Hey, it's Fuhrer Joe. But yeah, it's going to enable him to access a wide variety of playstyles depending on the situation and or his mood.
Our supply line's broken.
Vicker's gun in a really decent position here, going to catch the Storm Pioneers, force them back. These Volks Grenadiers also in a pretty bad place. Nice incendiary though, comes down off of these flanking Volks. Looks like DownPT trying to actually make something happen here. And this fight looking pretty good. He's going to grab the cutoff, and this of course is value. This is actual money here that the Fuhrer is going to be losing. So that's pretty good. Royal Engineer's going to get stuck in here. Another nice incendiary comes down, though. And I have to say, DownPT here, with 3 squads of Volks, 1 squad of Storm Pioneers, actually putting down a pretty reasonable fight. These Volks now, their capping is done. They could get into this heavy cover. That Vickers is laying into them, so they would appreciate the heavy cover. Schwervermacht Schlepper moving onto the field as the fight in mid comes to an end. The Schwervermacht Schlepper looks like it's going to be turned into a battle gripper HQ, and that's going to be near the base so that the medics will be available for falling back, to heal falling back units. So both players progressing their tech in a pretty standard way. Let's just quickly check the upgrades here for the UKF player. No infantry upgrades, no choice here for Bofors or the AEC armoured car. Oh, some nice pickoffs coming down off of these riflemen here. Chance of a squad wipe. Oh, it will be lucky if it comes down. Nope. Looks like this Volksgrenadier going to survive and keep the unit intact. Medkits being placed down here, so the OKW units are going to be able to grab their health back even whilst the medics are not complete yet. UK, it looks like the Fuhrer the Fuhrer Joe. I keep on wanting to say the Fuhrer Joe for some reason. The Fuhrer Jew here going to grab this cap point and reconnect his money, and that's going to be important in terms of the scoreline. Looks like DownPT has caught up. This has been like one of the most unremarkable games of Coh2 I think I've ever cast. This is exactly how like every single game like would look if neither player did anything weird or sneaky. Both players just being super standard here. Medkits appearing on some of the Tommies. What's this? We've got the Bofors upgrade. Okay. Alright, it's been a while since I've seen Bofors actually, so this should be exciting. Alright, finally we've got some spice going to be added into this game. Oh, dun dun dun, the Bofor. Ever good at eviscerating infantry squads. And it looks like we've got a commander choice here coming out of the Fuhrer Jew. He's going to go for the mobile assault regiments. That's going to give him access to the flamethrower packs. Advanced cover combat. Improved cover bonus while fighting in cover and will receive their regular cover bonus out of cover. Ooh, wow, that's pretty cool. Infiltration commandos. Yeah, these guys are pretty good at massacring infantry. The land mattress, which I don't know if that's changed very much, but that was always like pretty scary and devastating. I see it's now back on 8 CP though. So not going to be seen anytime soon in this game is the land mattress. And the final ability, vehicle crew repairs. Oh, that's always really useful.
The ability is ready for use.
So yeah, this is going to be an interesting commander to see used here. I'm wondering why he's picked this particular commander on this particular map. I'm also looking forward to seeing exactly where he's going to try and establish... Okay, sorry, here is the Bofor. Oh dear me, these Volksgrenadiers need to get the hell out of here. And it looks like DownPT pretty fast on the pullback, going to extract that unit safely. He now knows that there's a Bofor in a commanding position. I like this position. When I play OKW and I spawn in the east, I'll often put my Schwerwehrmacht Schlepper here and try and you know, get the Schwerer Panzer HQ here, because that basically has a similar gun on the roof. Anyway, another fight coming down here. Looks like these Storm Pioneers need to get out. He's actually staying and trading for a little longer than I would have liked. I guess he wanted to actually get that point, but I'm not sure that's worth the lives of another Storm Pioneer. It's not really going to slow the British player down any. So it looks like a live gun going to be the response to the Bofor here. DownPT going to be responding with the indirect fire piece. Going to look to work down the Bofor with the sort of what do you call that thing? It's like a light artillery gun / assault gun. I don't know. Yeah, light artillery gun. I don't know. A field gun, if you will.
Ready to roll.
And if we crack the attack here, triple cap established for the OKW player. He's putting on some fantastic pressure here, really liking it. The scoreline differential opening up now, 478 for DownPT over the 408 of the Fuhrer. So the British player's going to have to make a move soon. Bofors are all very good, but they're not very good for pushing, and that is actually the task ahead here for Fuhrer Geo. Going to need to make up some ground. And DownPT here. Where's this light gun headed? Yeah, finds itself a firing position where it can reach the Bofor, and the initial round's going to start coming in now. Bong. So that's going to take quite a long time, but if the Fuhrer doesn't do anything about this, then it will be a good counter to the Bofor. So I like this. Going to go for an MG34 here as DownPT. Not sure about the MG34. I mean, I guess it's going to be useful. Uh-oh. Infiltration commandos are out in the field. Looks like weapon racks have been completed because Bren guns are beginning to appear on some of this UKF infantry. Bren guns on the commando. I'm not even sure I like that, to be honest. Can the Bren gun fire while moving? I don't think it can. And the commandos really always want to be closing the distance so that those silent stems can get up to the range where they're most effective. So I'm not sure I like putting the Bren on this infantry. Okay, so it can fire on the move. Okay, in which case I stand corrected, and this is going to be absolutely brutal. It turns out the Fuhrer Jew actually knows what he's doing. Always good. Going to push back some Volks here in north. Going to be trying to make something happen here. Oh, dear me, the Bofor continuing to try and rinse into these poor Volks. They are going to have to get out of there. The Bofor down to about half health. So this light gun kind of getting the job done here. Although, is there anything here to defend it? Because here comes the Bren gun. The Bren carrier is going to get on top of this light gun here. It needs some support. These Volksgrenadiers need to head north and try and get a Faust onto this Bren gun. The light taking horrendous amounts of fire. A unit of Tommies here from the north also going to be able to get some shots onto it. I don't think he's going to be able to get that out alive. Bren's going to give chase here. Oh, there's a mine! I didn't even see that mine. There are some mines over here, but I did not see this one here. So that's pretty sweet, actually. DownPT making it look easy here. Going to be smashing this Bren carrier. Gets out with the light gun, taking nice exchanges out on the map. So there's a squad of Tommies grabbing, sorry, a squad of commandos grabbing the northern VP, but that's not actually really going to be enough to turn the momentum of this game by itself. 478 over 314 now. DownPT looking pretty healthy.
Commandos ready to go.
So this is kind of a rough spot. Looks like the engineers are going to be able to heal this Beaufort. So by forcing back the light gun, he's kind of bought a moment here, a reprieve, where the Beaufort can be repaired. So it's not going too badly for the Fuhrer Jew, but he's got some work to do here. He's going to need to... What's the tech here? Whoa, still doesn't have company command here, so that's... What is he... I suppose he's been spending his fuel on Beauforts and things, but he's going to need something that can help him push here. Vickers gun up in the church. Wow, gets smoked out by the light gun. Okay, yeah, so smoke shells being on the light gun, that is something which they've changed in the last patch, I think. Certainly in recent patches. This is something I'm not used to seeing, and it is something that I'm so glad that OKW have, because, you know, as somebody who, like, mained OKW for some time... What is this? What actually is this? Oh, this is the range on the light, which is now moving forward. Okay. Yeah, but as a player who used to play a lot of OKW, I am just super glad that the faction has access to smoke rounds on its indirect fire piece, because I think that's a core mechanic of the game that every faction should have. I mean, MGs were like almost uncounterable for OKW. Then they gave us the incendiary grenade, which was a good help, but not actually enough by itself. It was smoke that we really needed, and it looks like smoke. It's 2018, baby, and OKW got theyself some smoke, and it's good to see. Looks like we got some STGs now appearing on these Volks. That's going to help him when fighting in all of these brushes and fighting around these hedges and whatnot. The light gun beginning to work down the Beaufort again. Looks like we've got a scuffle here in north. Some engineers going to try and get up on top of these Axis units, but too many STGs on the dance floor. We're going to force back these commandos, and actually a nice concave of units here for DownPT. Actually just going to repulse the Fuhrer Jew from the northern section of the map, and this is real problems now for the UK player. We're 12 minutes into this game, and he is like quite a long way of the way out of this game. He's falling behind about 200 tickets now, and that is significant. Schwer Panzer HQ just now beginning to get set up here in the northern area of the map. I like this position, very defensible, but it's also going to prevent Allied infantry from pushing through this area of the map without considerable support. So I like this position for the Schwer Panzer HQ a lot. And yeah, this game pretty much coming together swimmingly here for DownPT, who also has the flexibility still of being able to make a commander choice. So he'll have that option. I wonder what he's going to go for out of the Schwer Panzer HQ. If it were me, I'd probably try, well... If it were me, okay, I'd like to get a scout of my opponent's base. If you can see whether he has company command HQ, that informs your decision a lot. If he has company command, I think the Jagdpanzer is going to be sweet. If he doesn't have company command, I think the Panther is. You've got the time to save for the Panther. I'm just a Jagdpanzer abuser though. I love me a Jagdi. Sexy Jagdi. It's only 135 fuel. I don't know if it's always cost that much, but that seems less than it cost in my head. Such a beast of a unit, a joy to micro, a joy to level up. Possibly not the best map for it, and when your opponent is like not focusing on a vehicle-heavy style. Oh, come on, Magpie, let's be real. This is a bad time to buy a Jagdi. Why am I even talking about it? You can tell how much I like Jagdis by the fact that I'm like considering it so hard in like totally non-Jagdi conditions. He should save for a Panther. That's what he should do. DownPT, if his present rate of income, if he can save for like another 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes 20 seconds, something like that, he'll be able to get himself a Panther on the build, and that'll be pretty effective. Looks like this MG34 going to be holding up in north. Let's turn our attention back to the field now. The UKF player, let's crack the tack, has made some advances though, able to secure the south of the map here, going to grab himself the munitions, the fuel, the VP, grabbing the middle VP as well with these infiltration commandos. So kind of doing okay. The Beauforts here getting pretty worked down though by the lag. Here come the engineers to try and repair that again. And actually it looks like DownPT not going to save for the Panther, gets the Panzer IV on the build. And that's going to give him a little window here where he can exploit that Panzer IV for value. But as and when the appropriate counter comes out, it could be difficult times. So looks like he's going to prioritize short-term strength by going for the Panzer IV rather than going for a stronger late game by going for the Panther. And I'm not saying that that's the wrong choice, it's just not the choice I would have made. Personally, as an OKW player, I just feel super safe anytime I have a Panther alive. I just feel like things are generally okay. Panzer IVs, less so. You can lose a Panzer IV from full health in the blink of an eye without even too many things going wrong. Like, it just takes like 1 or 2 things, and then Panzer IVs just don't really have the durability to get back out of a fight most of the time. But they are much cheaper, and they do arrive faster, and here, is that brand spanking new Panzer IV rolling onto the field. And we're going to have to see what it can get done. It might be enough to break the Ligue. Well, I don't know. The Ligue is like actually repaired up. Sorry, the Ligue? It might be enough to break the Beaufort. But the Beaufort has been considerably repaired, so I'm not so sure about that anymore. How much is a Ligue gun these days? Have they changed the cost on that? 270. Alright, so yeah, at least it's not 330. Okay, so these Tommies here, gonna fall back across some mines. That sees the death of 3 Tommies here. Looks like the Panzer IV gonna continue chasing. No Pintle Mount MG42 coming up on that unit yet. Would like to see that soon. Down has the munitions, but he is kind of low on munitions, so I guess he might have to save them for now. This Panzer IV just kind of strolling around in the open. This is a little risky. 6-pounder gonna finish now for the Fuhrer Jew. That's going to be his answer right now for the Panzer IV, but if anything happens to this AT gun, then the Fuhrer Jew going to be in a really bad way. Company Command has finished, though, for the UKF player, so he's going to have access to armoured choices of his own. He nearly has the fuel, so he could get a Cromwell relatively soon. And I'll be honest, I kind of like the odds of a Cromwell against a Panzer IV most of the time. Like they're just so fast, the turret traverse is so good, the gun is so decent with the Tank Commander upgrade. Actually, I wonder if that's changed in the patches, because that was always something I felt was like really strong. But anyway, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the tank choice is going to be. If he can hold on, he can go for the Firefly.
Capture point. They're trying to take it.
How much is a Firefly these days? 155.
An emplacement is being attacked.
Okay, yeah. So we'll have to see. We're going to see shortly what the tech choices are going to be here. Whoa, this Beaufort just absolutely doing a number. Where's the AT gun? That's got to be boom, hooning in here. And this Panzer IV, whoa, you got to get out of there. Woof. Oh, that was a lot of damage to just give away on a Panzer IV for quite an aggressive move there. Not sure I like the carelessness with which DownPT shoved the Panzer IV there. You've got to expect that your opponent has like some kind of AT gun. We are 16 minutes into the game now. So that was risky. One more hit and that Panzer IV would have gone down, and that would have been a shame. But anyway, looks like Obersoldaten going to be the choice here, and to complement that, we've got the Special Operations Doctrine Commander going to be coming up here for DownPT, and that will unlock the spicy infrared STGs on his Obersoldaten, so they might look to get some
Damned enemies trying to take a point
might look to get some damage done. This Beaufort, that is frustrating that it's still alive. Where's the light gun? Are we in any position to bombard? Not really. So that's kind of annoying here for DownPT. He's not going to get that. Not going to get that just yet. Combat continues in mid here as the Fuhrer Jew going to try and push in. Where's the MG34? Okay, so Garishling North. Obersoldaten here in a good position. Infrared STG upgrade has been purchased for them. So that's going to help. Here comes the Panzer IV, and there's not any answer for it in this fight in mid. And lacking that AT gun, the AT gun just slightly late to the party here. And that's going to cost the Fuhrer Jew this entire fight. He has to fall back with like 3-4 infantry squads here because his AT gun wasn't in position to support during this fight. And that is a shame for him. And that's going to enable DownPT to maintain the triple cap. 465 over 227 now. And the story of this game has been one of a close fought battle, but one in which it felt like DownPT has just always had the upper hand. It just seems like, see, here's another fight just going his way. He's just been a little more efficient, had a little better positioning, taken slightly better fights just throughout this game. And that is really going to be favouring him as we move into the sort of late mid-game here. Beaufort going to come in again into the arc of... Sorry, Panzer IV going to come forward again into the arc of this Beaufort and this AT gun. That is not efficient. Wasn't efficient last time, still not efficient now. You're going to need to support that thing with a little more as you come on into this fight. But the position of the AT gun is now known. Obersoldaten here going to go for a cheeky flank. Vickers gun in position, but the smoke is good here. And DownPT, if he can get into this building, that's actually going to be annoying here. Obersoldaten looking to make it in, and they will. Infrared STGs getting set up in a lovely position here. And now the abuse can begin. That's a lot of commandos, though. And yeah, it looks like DownPT has to respect the commandos. That is actually too many commandos. And yeah, he's going to give way to those. Obersoldaten are a hell of a unit, but they're probably not going to win that fight, and they're also very expensive, so you have to protect them. Centaur. Wow. Okay, I didn't actually see this on the build queue, but a Centaur is going to be the choice. I'm not sure I like this. Unfortunately, this doesn't really answer any of the most pressing questions that DownPT is asking of the Fuhrer Jew. It's a fine unit, don't get me wrong, but against a Panzer IV, soon to be a brace of Panzer IVs, I don't know. Is this really going to be that useful? Seems like he needed more other stuff. We got some Piats beginning to appear on the Royal Engineers and whatnot. Ooh, good grenade there. Actually, wait. Okay, sorry, that was a bad grenade from the infiltration commander.
Armor ready to move.
Yeah, he just needs more AT. This is going to be 2 Panzer IVs. Even for 1 Panzer IV, I don't think a Centaur and 1 AT gun really has you covered. So we're going to have to see, but I have concerns here about the mid-game composition for Fuhrer, who can actually take a land mattress. I'm not saying that would be a good thing, but it is a button that he could click if he feels like it's going to be worthwhile. Going to be a fight down here at the south here for control of the VP. DownPT will not want to let go of this. 2 squads Tommies versus 2 squads of Volksgrenadiers, but unfortunately the 2 squads of Tommies not able to engage at the same time. The Volksgrenadiers with decent veterancy and equipment and the use of a grenade should be able to swing this fight. Though now Tommy's in cover, going to be useful. Centaur's going to transition down here, kind of awkwardly coming in arse first, which is not what you want to do with your armor as a rule. Oh, you might even get punished for this as a Panzer IV maneuvering in, looking for a shot. That Panzer IV not set to prioritize vehicles though, which if you are tank hunting, you really want to press that button, because otherwise it might waste its shot against these Tommies here. And the scoreline now, 464 over 141. Fuhrer, he's going for another Centaur? Colour me confused. Colour me confused. What am I seeing here? I don't know. What is this? Is this the new meta? What am I just am confused right now. Okay, Panzer IV is going to push on in here. Oh, gets a hooning blow from the quarter pounder here. Where's the other Panzer IV? Okay, the other Panzer IV. Whoa, what? I feel like this Panzer IV was in a great position to come in and pincer this Centaur. He's just kind of idle with this Panzer IV. There we go, now it comes into the fight. That's what we want. Oh, the Centaur beginning to chew up the OKW infantry. And I guess if the plan here is to actually just attack the OKW infantry so hard, one way of beating OKW, and indeed almost any faction, but OKW especially in like the mid and late game, is to just repeatedly eliminate their core infantry. So if you can take out their Storm Pioneers, their Volksgrenadiers, all that good stuff, they lose the veterancy on it. Often in the mid-late and the late game, you don't really have the manpower to replace those squads. You don't really want to replace all the equipment on them. Certainly you cannot replace the veterancy on them. So it can be a viable strategy to just work down the Axis infantry, but it is always hard to do when you're not answering the real problem. What the hell? This Centaur just finding the rear armor on this Panzer IV, which is not paying any attention here. Another Centaur comes in and the Panzer IV is being spit roasted here. Where's the quarter pounder? Okay, the quarter pounder is gone. It is taken out. So this Panzer IV should be able to... Ah, he needs to keep moving! This Panzer IV does manage to exfiltrate for now. Another Panzer IV coming in from the north. This looks like it's about to turn ugly, but no! An infantry squad able to reman the quarter pounder, so this Panzer IV has to scurry out for its life, and the Centaur's kind of carrying the day. What am I seeing here? Wow, DownPT taking a really sketchy fight there, being a little bit careless, I want to say, with that Panzer IV, which you just cannot do, because this game has been going his way, but all it takes is a Panzer IV kill, and suddenly he's kind of on the back foot, and he nearly gave that away right there. So actually perhaps more life in this game than I gave credit here. The Fuhrer actually with a slightly bigger shot than I thought. These Centaurs pretty good at pushing the infantry lanes. Wow! I mean, this is what I mean. If you get these kills on these core infantry... That was 4 Volksgrenadiers who just vaporized there. Jeez. Centaurs are a hell of a unit, aren't they? So yeah, this is what I'm saying. If you can like keep killing these vetted up, equipped core infantry squads for the Axis player, it actually makes the late game a nightmare, because look, manpower is flatlining. He really wants to be saving this manpower to buy additional fuel units, but you know, you are forced to replace your infantry, because if you don't have infantry, it almost doesn't matter what else you have, you're probably going to lose the game. So a tough spot right now for DownPT. Just needs to manage the situation carefully, maintain his advantage, and he will be victorious. But a couple of these last engagements not really going the way I thought that they should for him. Here comes an infantry assault into a Vickers and a Centaur and a Beaufort. He's going to lose the squad of Volks. He could. Oh my god, and this Panzer IV comes in. There's a quarter pounder here who you're just feeding veterancy to. And like, what was the point of that push? You've got to... I didn't like that attack to DownPT, let's put it that way. Man, these Centaurs again, out of hand actually. They are beginning to push the infantry lanes like so horrendously. Rakettenwerfer is a nice choice though. I do like the Rakettenwerfer popping into the ranks here for DownPT. Oh, but the infiltration commandos get all up on top of it, and that will be a Rakettenwerfer down here. And these Panzer IVs just seemingly unable to harm these Centaurs in any meaningful way. This Panzer IV is going to come riskily on through here. Not even sure I like this angle of engage. Quarter pounder here in position. The Centaur able to do reasonable damage. No, not through the front armor. Okay. But finding hits on the other Panzer IV all the same. This is beginning to get a little bit fraught now for DownPT. Perhaps more than a little fraught. I'm kind of starting to eat my words a little bit. I'm starting to think a Jagdpanzer might have been the right choice, because a Jagdpanzer would have just closed the door on these Centaurs. With the correct micro, a Jagdpanzer would have just been like, nope. And I'm not really like feeling the value that that these Panzer IVs have been providing. Like, I think a Panther would have been the right choice. I think a Jagdpanzer would have been Magpie's choice, but I'm not sure that 2 Panzer IVs is really, like, I'm not sold on this decision. I'm not sold. So anyway, MG42 into mount on one of the Panzer IVs is nice. I'd love for him to get the other, because it just ups your DPS against infantry squads, most notably against the AT gun here, like so much. And the Panzer IVs are kind of running amok in the north right now, so they are going to flush all of this UKF infantry out of there. AT gun going to reposition. Centaur parked in mid, actually. That is bold.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
But there's nothing to get rid of this. Storm Pioneers straight into the arc of this Centaur. Always makes me worried. Man, we've already seen just how quickly these Centaurs can destroy infantry, so makes me a little worried. Okay, Jagdpanzer going to be the choice now. And I think, okay, a Jagdpanzer, when you've got 2 Panzer IVs out, is actually a really sweet choice. This is nice. Let's not forget as well, the Jagdpanzer also, like, seriously lets you push a Bofors. Like, a Bofors just will not last against the Jagdpanzer very long at all. You just need to tack round and that Bofors is going to die. So, yeah, loving the Jagdpanzer choice. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think that's actually better than a Panther right now. Rakettenwerfer in a sweet position, going to get some hits into this Centaur. That's going to force that one to be a little cautious, / get out of circulation for a while, whilst the Fuhrer effects repairs to that unit. And all this time, he's under a double cap down at 71 tickets. So forcing these Centaurs back is kind of like a very real route to victory right now for DownPT, who didn't lose his Panzer IVs in all of that chaos, and is beginning to look like the victor in this game. That I think he's pretty much earned this victory, you know? I was a little worried for him when he was flailing around with the Panzer IVs and they were taking hits from quarter pounders and they were dueling with Centaurs, and weirdly the Centaurs were kind of doing okay. Like, I was a little worried for him, but now DownPT has his opponent down at under 60 VPs. He's got decent field control, but look, these commandos just managed to snag North VP, and these are the kind of moves, I mean, that the Fuhrer can stay in this game. He's taking mid, he's taking south, so this game going to go on for a little bit, like, more. And every second this game goes on is like pretty uncomfortable for DownPT, because he's just been doing so well in this game. You know, the longer it goes on, it's just bad for him. He just needs to close this one out now. Panzer IV coming in at a risky engagement angle. Quarter pounder here set up, but a Rakettenwerfer will stop the Centaur from moving into the rear armor of this Panzer IV. So that's nice. Possibly looking to pick up a kill on these commandos, but it's not going to happen. Meanwhile, in mid, looks like some poor Tommies here getting eviscerated, and I'm going to keep that unit selected. Okay, the fallback comes down. Is there going to be a wipe? I don't think so. That'll be an unlucky wipe for Fuhrer. Now he's going to be okay. Just awkward engages going on all over as DownPT desperately scrambling to put together a capture on a point. And actually, when you look at the amount of infantry he actually has for pushing points, it really is only 2 squads of Volks and 1 squad of Obersoldat, possibly the Storm Pioneers. Like, but none of these other infantry squads are really very well suited to pushing points. There goes one of the Centaurs. One gets taken out. Panzer IV going to try and scurry away. Oh, wow. Okay, that Panzer IV just gets out by the skin of its teeth on pixels of health, and that likely to be a game-deciding engage. And the quarter pounder here awkwardly doesn't have line of sight to the Panzer IV, so that's going to have to reposition. The Panzer IV, yeah, that one's going to sneak away as well. And that fight pretty convincing for DownPT, who's, yeah, going to get the kill on that 3-star Vickers as well. And those are the kind of fights you need to take if you're going to win here as DownPT. That was just nicely done. And as long as he actually doesn't lose this Panzer IV, there is still an AT gun in the hood. But yeah, it looks like he's going to sneak that one away as well. Tell you what, actually, DownPT could use getting the other HQ building, the Mechanized Regiment HQ, just to repair his tanks, or like another squad of Storm Pioneers, because at the moment his vehicle repair's not really up to the amount of armor he has. Wait, what happened to that Jagdpanzer? Did he cancel it? Oh, okay, so the Jagdpanzer just totally died. I missed that.
Capture point is being overrun.
Magpie, you're such a good caster. Lol, rolls eyes. I just missed the entire death of a Jagdpanzer whilst I was watching this fight down here. Whoops. I guess it was like this quarter pounder that did it or something. Probably. Oh man, this is what happens when when you don't cast so often. So, okay, anyway, so what are we at? 54 tickets under 410. Half an hour into this game now. UKF in possession of 2 of the VPs. DownPT just kind of needs to assemble the kill here. And then he's golden. Really, he's going to fall the squad back. Okay. I feel like if he runs that squad to cover and brings the Obersoldat into here, then he doesn't need to do that. Also, does he have the munitions? Yeah, he's got like 45, right? Is that how much it costs for the booby trap? Okay, it's 50. So, yeah, but he could definitely booby trap this point, and that would be really good. You can make it really, really hard for your UKF opponent to win if you just like continuously booby trap the victory points when you're applying pressure. Oh, an MG here, going to try and take this VP, but there are hidden assassins here in the form of these commandos. Are they going to get detected here? Oh, hey, boys! And that's going to be pretty rough here. Oh, no! DownPT falls back this MG squad. Ah, so he's not going to... But you just needed to grab this. DownPT. No. I feel like he could have taken a few more hits before he had to fall that squad back. Looks like BB Trap has come down, though. That is making me happy here. But Down just... Wow. Really needs to just push these VPs. I'm really happy to see the Fuhrer using these infiltrated commandos to just camp out the all-important command points on this map. He seems to be pretty good at that, and it has been paying off for him. This Panzer IV, for example, could just come forward to detect that. I can hear a Centaur firing. And the Fuhrer actually with stacks of fuel. So, like, if he can just scrape together the manpower... that's the sound of the booby trap. Yeah, if he could just scrape together some manpower, he could spend that fuel on something spicy. Alright, so, okay. Alright, so, DownPT manages to capture North with light guns, but that's, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Manages to start capping mid with Volks, okay, that looks pretty spicy. What is this? Okay, that's not too bad. A quarter pounder taking shots there. Fuhrer manages to capture South, or will be shortly. But that won't be enough. He'll be under a double cap here shortly. So DownPT beginning to get himself together. Here comes another infantry wave to push this southern point.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
And I suppose also, you know what, if DownPT like loses one of these Panzer IVs, it's going to be instantly replaced with a Panther command tank, isn't it? So
No need for panic,
that's pretty cool. That's a nice insurance policy to have with DownPT. Here comes a desperate attempt to retake mid here. Fuhrer going to be pushing in. The Centaur just doing furious damage. You need to fall back. These guys are in the open. Oh my goodness. DownPT. Those are the core infantry squad wipes that you cannot be sustaining, and he does get that squad out of there. Close though. And a desperate attempt to decap mid here is not going to pay off as the light gun gets the KO blow. Wow, that is harsh, and that is actually a triple cap here for the Fuhrer. He's going to find himself under a triple cap here. What are these Panzer IVs even doing?
25 points left.
I mean, I guess he's just buying time at this point. He's just like, if I throw these Panzer IVs at you, you can't possibly retake points. And that is the only thing that matters. So I don't even hate this move with the Panzer IVs. It looks a little confusing until you realise what's going on. Command Panther can be brought in now, so this is all gravy. And that is actually going to be game. That is going to be game. So well played here by DownPT. Whew. Was a bit of a struggle there, but manages to get the game over and done with in 34 minutes. Not so bad. Yeah, an interesting game to cast there. Definitely not like the super highest level of play, but definitely two players who are very good at the game, far better than I. DownPT pretty much getting the upper hand from the really early stages of the game, just slightly more savvy engagements. He was able to control his opponent's cut-off point here, which was really important. He was also able to take like a really early fight with like, I think it was like 3 squads of Volks here in these positions, coming in from a concave, and like the UKF position was here with like the Vickers here, and being able to take those fights in the early game just like gives you the momentum you need. And he was able to ride that pretty effectively, transitioning into Panzer IVs and using a light gun to counter the very interesting tech choices from the Fuhrer. I'm not sure I understand or like what was going on with the UK forces this game. Okay, so he goes for Beaufort, and he throws one down here, and this Beaufort has 5 kills and 1 star of veterancy. So, like, okay, this Beaufort wasn't terrible, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't great either as an investment. So I don't know. I guess it also forced out a light gun from the OKW player, which spent a lot of time shooting this Beaufort, and as is often the case when you're shelling UKF emplacements and they're getting repaired and they're bracing for impact, didn't really do a lot. So if you count the light gun as damage done in inverted commas by this Beaufort, because I mean, kind of was, then I don't know. I still don't like this Beaufort. Even if you count that, I still don't like it. And in any case, the light gun actually went on to get like 9 kills, and we saw it get a squad wipe, and it was like reasonable throughout the game, even capped a point up here, so it wasn't terrible, this light gun. So the UKF player went for Beauforts and then like went into infiltration commandos with Brens. Okay, I did like the infiltration commandos. They kicked out a ton of damage. They used their invisibility to guard the command posts and actually probably dragged this game out quite a long way. So I feel like I really felt the value that these units provided. That was fine. Didn't really like the Centaurs, I have to say. Okay, yes, they did damage. We saw them get some really spicy squad wipes against the infantry of DownPT, but I just don't know about relying on Beauforts and 2 Centaurs and then like just AT guns in the face of an established OKW player who's had an advantage, not too big of an advantage, but an advantage the whole game, who's going to be able to lean on you with whatever armor he likes. The choice here for DownPT was the brace of Panzer IVs. I didn't particularly like that choice, but obviously it wasn't terrible either, and he was able to maneuver those units for considerable value and success on the field. And Panzer IVs, even if I didn't like the choice, they're still good units and, absolutely fine under these circumstances. So I just don't really know what 2 Centaurs and a Beaufort, bring to the mid and late game to answer like any OKW composition, let alone an OKW composition of a player who's been ahead of you in terms of resources for some sections of the game. So, I mean, if somebody in chat can like suggest to me what was going on here, I am far from in touch with the meta in Company of Heroes 2 right now, but I didn't really understand what the Fuhrer G was doing. Also, let's see, let's assess his commander here. I guess he was using the commander for infiltration commandos. That was fine. Yeah, I guess that was fine. For DownPT, using this commander, we saw almost no effect out of it. I mean, the Obersoldaten did use the infrared STGs, but they only got 2 kills. And on the whole, I generally just prefer the LMG-34 on Obersoldaten because you don't need to pick a commander to get it, and it's really quite powerful at long range, and it's just fine, I don't really feel the need to get infrared STGs. The Command Panther was a nice insurance policy, but it only came into use in the last seconds of this battle, and if that's the reason you're taking this commander, then you can delay that commander pick until you actually need that unit. So this commander pick seemed kind of so-so to not very good, to be honest, for DownPT, but far from the end of the world because he had the advantage that game, and it was fine for him. So I guess that concludes this interesting and entertaining Battle of Company of Heroes 2. I'll be looking to cast more as and when I find the time, because Company of Heroes 2, it's had some patches, had some changes, always a game that's been dear to my heart, and it seems like it's at the peak of its tactical health right now. It just seems like a really interesting and cool RTS, so I'm really glad to kind of have it back in the stable, if you like. So yeah, I guess that for now will be Magpie 842 signing out. Thanks very much for watching.